Hey everybody, Cliff here with Foxit Outdoors. Going on another Tuesday greenhouse slash garden update. Standing in front of my greenhouse, as y'all can see back there. But figured I would let you guys know what I've been up to for the last 2 weeks, since I didn't do a video last week on the update because I was lazy and bored. So here we go. As always, starting off with the greenhouse inside. My lettuce. Already going to a lettuce tree. I got my seed pods up there. I'm actually going to keep these ones. I apologize for any sort of weird glare. I am outside and the lighting is kind of funky. I've got all of these were already chopped down, but as you can see, they are already starting to grow new leaves. I still have all of the big ones back here, but this is one of the first ones I chopped off. Cut it down to about 1 inch to the ground, and I got about 20 leaves on that thing. This one was growing, but sort of died. I don't know what happened. I think it got too cold. Cut that one straight off. It actually grew straight leaves. It's not growing like this one. It straight grew leaves right out the center stalk. Like it wasn't even phased. Same with this one. Cut that one down to the ground, and it just, the leaves came right back. Got all my little growths everywhere back in here. I got this one's going to lettuce tree, but I'm going to cut him because I actually don't need the seeds. I've got plenty of seeds from the last one. And as you can see, I've got this guy's doing the exact same thing. Cut him down to, I mean, you can see I probably cut him down to about 1 inch above the dirt, and he's doing well. This one's taking a little longer, but as you can see, there is some green on there, so they are coming back. Got my junk cart, as always. My carrots still doing decently. I am getting nice new green stalks on them as opposed to these dirt and dust covered white ones. I think those will all be dying. These ones, I don't know what's going on with them. They are not doing so well. I think the dirt is too dense for them to grow, so they are not propagating well. Had to bring in all my strawberries, so I got to redo this pot and that pot back there. Those are all strawberries. Ended up moving all of my dahlias. I think I showed you guys 2 weeks ago or maybe 3 weeks ago. I moved all the dahlia plants onto this one rack, so they're all in the same spot now. And then my Trinidad's, I have not managed to get these things to grow for the life of me. I do not know why. So I'm going to repot these. I'm going to try something different. What I had in here before, when I started these, was just a seed starter mix. So I think I'm going to change that out to put a seed starter mix on the first 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch of the top of the pot, and then fill it with the potting soil the rest of the way. And see if maybe I can get something to germinate that way. I'm going to continue trying because I will try to grow these. No matter what, I will get one to grow. See, I've got my bell peppers over here. I did space a few of them out. Let's see if I can zoom in on this a little bit. I did space a few of them to see if they would come back to life, and well, I think they pretty much died. I've got some of these guys over here. I'm gonna get a pointer stick. Let's make it easier. So I've got these guys back here. That one kind of died, but it's not 100% dead. That leaf right there is still green. I got these ones still working. I'm going to separate all, I'm going to yank out all the dead ones over here, the ones that are all brown and nasty. And I think I'm just going to redo all the soil in this pot. I don't think the plants like the soil at all. So, still a work in progress until I figure out how to get these things to germinate and grow 100%. It's all a learning curve. And it's not a failure if you learn something from it. Then we got over here my spinach, which are coming back after I chopped them down. They reseeded themselves. I don't know how they do it. They seed themselves on their own. I never touch them. They just redo it every time. This is the 3rd time I've planted these things and they've come back on their own. And before they go to seed, which is really odd. I got magic plants. Not magic mushroom plants or weed plants. Just magic plants. And as you can see back here, my oregano is going strong oleo. Let's zoom out again. Ooh, wrong way. Come on, zoom out. There we go. Things giving me issues. Sorry for that, folks. I hope nobody gets dizzy. Anyways, my oregano is doing fantastic. Nice and lush and green. Trim it every once in a while and it just comes back. The other Italian oregano that I've got over here, that stuff is getting ridiculously tall. It's, like I said, I got, I think, between this rail and this rail, I think is 14 inches or 13 inches. A pot's probably about 8 inches tall. And those are almost touching. As you can see, that guy's almost touching the top rail. He's probably got about another ½ inch before, ow, touches that. I just ran into my lamp. My basil hasn't died, but this is one of the big ones. This basil plant was the one I originally had right here. And then that guy was like up to here height-wise, and then I just chopped it. But as you can see, I do have a lot of little ones in here. Growing around, little shorties. I'll take out some of the stalks that aren't doing well. But see, I can see a couple of these stalks have a little bit of green leaves poking up on them. Like this guy right here. A couple right there. Those will regrow from those little branches. I don't know, outcrops, whatever you want to call them. But they will come back. No problemo. I'm going to probably take out half the dirt and redo it, but I think I got to give them some more food and they'll come back really good. And then I know I got some flack from this one the last time when I showed you guys my thyme plant and said that it was doing good. I got flack. Somebody told me that it wasn't. Sean, yeah, you told me my plant wasn't doing good. I know you're just giving me crap. But yeah, look, this guy is actually doing real well. Like, he is doing fantastic. A lot of nice new growth. I mean, all of this is all new growth. I trimmed this thing down to about the edge of the pot, and this is all coming back. So I am happy with this year. This guy is actually coming in strong. Good seasonings right here. For those of you who like to use thyme as a seasoning, it is readily available here in my greenhouse. And I got my good old rosemary. Still slowly coming back from the frost that we had about a month or so ago. Adding the new soil to it helped a lot. I had to give it some nutrients, and that was the only way to do it. Well, I could have given it some plant food, but I don't like using plant food. I like doing everything organically, or at least as organically as I can. Then we've got my big guy up here. Massive. This was my huge basil tree. I cut that guy off. He came around this way and went like this. There's a big old branch. I cut this guy off back here. Trimmed up everything that had flower stems or flower heads or seed pods. I chopped it off. The bees were no longer coming in here, so I killed everything off that I needed to. I chopped everything back. But look, I've got, this is all new growth right here, this whole branch. These ones were new growth. That one was new growth. That's the reason why I chopped all of this off. I mean, look, you can see I've got lush, lush green leaves right here. That whole stem is all lush and green. So, I'm going to be pulling some of this off today, and I will be putting it in my greenhouse. It's already in the greenhouse. My dehydrator. I went and bought one on Saturday. Nice little 5-tier small countertop dehydrator for all of this, so I can dehydrate this stuff way better. I'll go down to my other herbs. Basil, or sorry, my parsley, doing good. That's actually like a bush. I mean, this thing is, look at this. Look at all that parsley back there. My onions, you can see all the brown, but I'll be chopping that all off today anyways. Most of it's turning brown due to the cold weather. I've had a few days where we haven't had too much sunlight, and then it just drops down to like 30. So it gets kind of annoying, trust me. I gotta water my secondary set of onions, but look at this. That is straight up grass. I mean, it just straight up looks like grass. But those are onions. Those are these back here are the same onions as these ones in these two little pots right here. They are just more densely planted. That was a test pot that I did with potting soil, and then I put seed starter mix on the top of it, about an inch. Yeah, about ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch, and then I just put the seeds in there and just kind of put a little bit more extra on top, and this is what happens. So I found a new way to start this stuff really fast. I think it took me like a week before I started seeing the first one pop up after planting. Then I've got my chives doing really well. I got to trim these guys down a little bit so they'll start growing back faster. But yeah, they're getting pretty quick on the growth there as well. That'll be coming down today as well. So basically all of this stuff in here, all of this green, sea of green, will be chopped down. Dehydrating it. So I have fresh herbs. So my boy Johnny will be happy on that one once he watches this. And then my lettuces, my 2 rows of lettuce, doing really well. My spinach, I got 2 of them popped up. Only 2, surprisingly. And then I've got the 1 cantaloupe, which I'm not 100% sure if that's actually a cantaloupe or not. We'll find out when it gets bigger. And my strawberries down here. Look at that. Flowers. Look at all those back there. Those are all flowers. Those are all going to be strawberries at some point. But here's the bigger one. So I had tried that method Johnny was talking about, doing the seeds in the Ziploc bag with paper towel and water. And 1 out of the 9 pumpkin plants, or pumpkin seeds that I planted, germinated. So I stuck them in here about 2 weeks ago. I finally now have, let's see, I'm going to zoom in on this for you guys so you can actually see it better. Look at that. Nice little dual leaf in there. It still hasn't split the shell off, but it'll do it in another couple days or another week. Oops, sorry about that. So there's that guy. He's growing quite nicely. There we go. Trying to zoom in on a phone's a pain. My other chives, my onion chives, doing well. I got to clear out all the dead, but they're still growing. Going and growing. Gonna move down here to my other massive spinach plant. This guy's doing, I mean, look at the size of these leaves. It's probably a 3.5 inch leaf. But the problem is this center part here, I got all kinds of aphids. Oops. I apologize, guys. I keep forgetting where the lens is on this thing. Center part has got a bunch of aphids on there, but I'm going to chop that out anyway. Only need the outer leaves. But I mean, I got some huge outer leaves on these. This is my other carpet, or well, was supposed to be a carpet of parsley. Did not turn out so great. So I'm going to scrape off all of this loose junk. Hold on, guys. They wandered off somewhere. I don't know where they're at.
Okay, I can just go and check the toilet.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
But, sorry, my neighbor stopped by. Wasn't expecting that. But I'm going to replant in between each one that I can get going over here. So I can get more, like, up here. And then my cannas. Check this, guys, out. I don't know how or why, but this plant is freaking magic. So, this one I had chopped off. You can see the brown on it. And this one, you can probably see it, look, wiggling. Let me wiggle it more. But that is the dead one that I chopped off, but right next to it grew a brand new one. And then these ones down here just straight grew out of the ones that I chopped off originally. So this was the original set of plants. And they are coming back strong. As long as it stays warm, they'll come back no problem. Won't even phase them. And these are some of the hardest plants to grow is bulbs. They are a particular beast when it comes to doing any sort of gardening. They have to have like specific soil conditions, moisture control, all this other random jazz. They are a pain. And that's what all of these guys are. All the dahlias are bulbs. So once summer hits, I'll get these guys cracking. And they'll be doing the same thing this guy did. So one of the projects I did today was I carved out all of the dirt from here to the end of this, pulled it out, sifted it, replanted it, and I reset 2, 4, 6, 7 strawberries that I had in one planter. Like this. I had 7 plants in a planter like exactly like this. But the rim was all busted, so I needed to get a new planter. So I stuck them all in here. In about 2 weeks, hopefully they'll start doing really well. And as you can see, these ones are in the greenhouse and I've got strawberries on there. Like, it is growing. I've got strawberries back here as well. I got 1 flower there. Repotted, well, technically I guess I added soil to these ones. But look, these are some of the other ones I have. Strawberries. In the middle of winter, strawberries. But as you can see on this one, that's a flower head. I got flowers over there. They're all going to be doing good. I'm going to redo this one at some point. Oop, I just lost a hook. I just haven't quite gotten there yet. That's going to be more strawberries, as I said. So hopefully, as a reminder, you all know what I'm going to be doing. Staircase. One side's going to be strawberries. I've already got the 2 down here going. Hopefully, if I can get it to do it right, it'll trickle down so I can get them to grow onto each next one. I might end up doing 5 planters. We'll see, because I can actually set one down on the floor instead of just on the steps. And then the other one is going to be herbs. So, let's do a quick outside tour of what I've been doing. I'm going to try to keep this one hopefully under 20 minutes. We'll see if that actually happens. So here, I'll give you guys an idea of what I'm doing and what kind of soil composition I use for those who actually want to ask. So this is my workstation. I'm getting stuck to this because of my shirt. And basically, here's what I use. So I use 1 bag. It's a, I guess, small bag or medium-sized bag or standard bag of the Miracle-Gro garden soil. I used about half of one of these bags, mushroom compost, and then I use a whole bag of garden soil. What I do is I sift everything. So there's my sifting screen. As y'all can see, that is my sifting screen. And this is what I end up with. So I sift everything out, and I end up with this nice blended mix with some medium-sized, I say light to medium sticks. And it just makes it really nice and airy. And then this is the byproduct of sifting everything. I get all of this out of it. All of this mulch. That is all the stuff they put in there. Every 2 bags, I usually get about 3/4 of a 10-gallon bucket filled with it. And then I go and fill up all the rest of this. So we'll go run over here real quick. I finally finished this guy off. He's got all the dirt he needs. My compost pile still running good. These guys are all, haven't done anything with them yet. I'll be planting sometime in March, late February, early March. That'll be when I'm starting to plant stuff in the boxes. But for now, today, since I have the decent weather, I decided to do a little bit of yard work like I do every Tuesday. But yeah. So, also add this stuff. So, that is the 4th component to my soil blend. And that is how I grow just about anything in my dirt. Like, everything will grow in this. Except for peppers. I got to figure out why I can't grow peppers. But anyways, we're going to go back into the greenhouse. I say that as I'm walking into the greenhouse. But yeah, check this out. So this is the weird part, guys. This was planted 2.5 months after I planted all the seeds in these. Actually, I think that was planted almost 3 months later. And we're going to do a quick pick. Let's get a decent one. Let's go with this guy here. He looks like a decent carrot. So these are all my carrots. I'm going to pull one out and see what we get. So I got a little shorty. Like a little shorty. That's my hand. And that thing is maybe 3-4 inches. And it's not even a big carrot. The head on that thing looks fat, but I think the soil's too dense, or I've got bad soil component. So I'm going to see if I can't stick him back in there. Get him to grow some more. I doubt it, because I yanked it out, so we'll see. Who knows? If anything, I'll eat the sucker. But, yeah. I think that's going to be about how that one's going to be as well. Both of them are going to be about the same. But here's the funny part. As I said, I'm still growing these ones. I still got no idea what this is. I actually have a feeling it's just a random weed. But check it. Look at this. We're going to pull out, not this one. I'm going to pull out the big guy in the back, and you guys are going to flip. I have no way of doing this without losing. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can't set my tripod up over here. Pardon me while I reset this a little bit. I'm going to zoom in on you guys. Hey, there we go. Hope everybody can see that really well. So, I'll turn it just so you guys can see, but watch. Look at the size of the sow. My stalks on this, that thing is pretty decent. But here's the carrot. Look at that thing. That is an absolute beast. That is the shortest but fattest carrot I have ever seen. I mean, that thing is probably 6 inches and about 4 inches around. I can't even get my hand around it. Look how big that thing is. That's about a 1/2 inch gap right there. That carrot is massive. So yeah, I mean, look at that thing. That's a 4-inch pot. I feel like this is one of those fish commercials or fish things where somebody shows you a fish up close, like super close to make it look super huge. When they're out fishing, trying to make their fish look bigger than it is. But look, I mean, that's my hand. And that is a big fat carrot. And yeah, as you can see, the root is darn near at the bottom of this thing. So I gotta plant these in something different. Something deeper. Yeah. So that's all for this week, guys. I just wanted to let you know what was going on, and I wanted you to watch me yank out one of this big old fat carrot. I've been waiting for this thing for a while. I was hoping it's going to be longer, but again, shorter pots. Apparently you need about 18 inches to grow these things. Minimum, if you want really long carrots. But anyways, this is Fox It Outdoors signing off, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out and have a wonderful day.